Hello everyone, this is Nirmalendu Nirmal. Today I am going to teach you physics of class 6 and today we will study about matter. Okay, already a lot of things we have studied in about the matter. Okay, part 1 in that those things have been taught in part 1 and this is the part 2. Okay, whatever is left about the matter about that we'll study here. So first topic is the types of intermolecular force of attraction. In the last class, we have already studied that what is intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, what is intermolecular force of attraction? In this, at first we will talk about the types of that force. Okay, types of the intermolecular force of attraction. Okay, there are two types. Okay, there are two types of intermolecular force of attraction. First one is the force of cohesion, and second one is the force of adhesion. So here we will talk about one by one. Okay, about these things one by one. So let's start with the first one, force of cohesion. Actually the force of attraction that exists between the similar kind of molecules. Okay, if the intermolecular force of attraction exists between similar kinds of molecules, then that force of attraction is called, okay, is called the force of cohesion. If the intermolecular force of attraction uh, exists between the similar kind of molecules, okay, similar kind of molecules, then that will be called, that force of attraction, that intermolecular force of attraction will be called force of cohesion. It is due to that cohesion force that molecule of a substance bind together, and molecule of the substance bind together because of the this force of attraction. Okay, force of cohesion, force of cohesion. Okay, so now we can take the example like the force of attraction existing between the molecules of water. Okay, molecule of water, mercury, wood, glass, etc. Okay, these are the examples, means these are the examples in which the force of cohesion exists. Okay, now we'll talk about force of adhesion. Got it? So molecule of the different substances. Okay, here we are talking about the molecule of the same substance. If we are talking about the water, okay, then the molecules of water, whatever means the force of attraction between many molecules of water. Okay, that will be called force of cohesion, because all the molecules are of the water, it means of the same substance, then that will be called the force of cohesion. If the substances will be different, okay, like here, that the molecules of different substances that exert force of attraction on each other, then that will be called force of adhesion. Okay, the force of attraction that exists between different types of molecules. Different types of molecules means the molecules of the different substances. Okay, then the force of attraction that exists between the different types of molecules, it means the molecules of the different substances. Okay, then that force of attraction is called force of adhesion. That is called force of adhesion. Okay, for example, when you empty a glass of water, then what you notice, you'll notice that you'll see that some drops of the water are still sticking. Okay, still sticking to the glass. If you'll empty the glass, even then you will notice that a few drops of the water is still sticking to the glass of surface. It means the molecules of the glass and the molecules of the uh, water, okay, means they are exerting force on each other. Okay, they are attracting each other. It means they are working a intermolecular force of attraction between what, between two different substances. So here this intermolecular force of attraction, will be called force of adhesion. So I hope that you have must understood that the difference between the force of cohesion and force of adhesion. Okay, now we'll talk about the states of matter. Okay, generally there are three states of matter. There are three states of matter. Already we know in the previous classes, also we have studied that there are three states of matter, and those are solid, liquid and gas. Okay, generally, but there are two more forms are there. About that we'll discuss later. Okay, plasma and one more is there. Okay, that we'll discuss. And here we'll means generally there are three types: solid, liquid and gas. And we know the examples also. So means a lot of examples are there of all these three forms. Okay, like the example of solid is chalk and wood. Examples of liquid are water and kerosene, oil, petrol, diesel, etc. A lot of things are there. And gases, air, oxygen. Okay, actually air is a mixture of gases, so obviously it is also the gas. Based on the arrangement of the molecules in the matter, the intermolecular distance and the intermolecular force of attraction vary between different states of matter. Means the intermolecular force of attraction, okay, varies in these three states. Okay, in some it is stronger intermolecular force of intermolecular force of attraction. In some of the states are greater, means strongest, and in some it is very low. Okay, or it is very weak. And the same thing happens this also intermolecular distance. The intermolecular distance varies. Okay, it means it is different in the different substances. Now we'll talk about solids. Okay, if anybody will ask that what do you mean by solid or define solid, then what will you say? Actually the state of matter which has fixed shape and size, okay, is called solid. Okay, sorry, here solid should be there because I have used the singular verb. So the state of matter which has fixed shape and size, like mobile. Okay, you are holding the mobile, if you on hand, you can see that it has the fixed shape and size is also fixed. It is not going to increase or decrease day by day. Okay, so obviously that is solid. You can take the example of brick. Okay, the brick has the fixed shape and size also it is fixed. If whatever the size is today, after 5 days also it will be same only, it is not going to change. So this is solid. Okay, so the you have understood that what are solids. Okay, another word also you can say that the state of matter in which constituent molecules are closely packed is called solid. Actually we know that the matters are matters are constituted of the particles. Okay, so that matter in which the molecules or particles are closely packed. Okay, they are closely packed. That matter, okay, that form of matter or that state of matter will be called solid. If the particles are very closed or tightly closed, okay, then that matter, that form of matter will be known as solid. Okay, now we'll talk about the characteristics of the solids. It means some properties. So the particles in solids are closely packed, already we have studied here, and the intermolecular space between them is very less. Obviously if they are closely or tightly packed, obviously the distance between them will be least, very little, or we can say that negligible. Okay, almost that means there will be no space. It is very less because the particles are or molecules are tightly packed. So this is the first characteristics of the solids. Now we'll talk about second. Intermolecular force of attraction is very strong in the solid. Obviously the particles are very close, it means the force of attraction is very high. Because of that only they are held together very tightly. Okay, now solids have a fixed shape. Obviously we have taken the examples also. Solids have the fixed shape and size both. Now solids have a definite volume. What is volume? Actually the whatever the space anything occupies, that occupied space is known as volume. Okay, that occupied space is known as volume. Okay, like this we can say that refrigerator occupies more space than that of television. It means the volume of refrigerator is greater than the volume of the television because it refrigerator occupies more space than that of television. So we have understood that what is volume. So solids have also the fixed volume, means it occupies the fixed shape. Okay, it is not going to change. Okay, so it occupies definite or fixed shape. Definite means fixed, so space, sorry. Okay, now molecules of solids do not move. Obviously, if the particles are closely packed, they are not going to move, because they are closely packed because of the force of attraction. The force of attraction is very high, okay, very strong in the solids, and they don't allow the particles or molecules to move. That's why they don't move. Okay, from here to there. Molecules of the solids vibrate. Yeah, they don't move, but they can vibrate about their mean position in the true to and fro motion. Okay, to and fro motion, like this, like this, like this. Means if the particle is here, then it will vibrate like this. Okay, you must have seen that if you, this is the rubber band and you will stretch it, then it will start vibrating about their mean position. This is this position, okay, will be known as mean, and about this mean position it will vibrate in the to and fro motion. To and fro, to and fro means backward, forward, forward, backward, like this. Okay, so molecules of the solids vibrate about their mean position, but they don't move from their place. Okay, they are fixed at their place, they can vibrate only. Okay, now solids cannot be compressed. Solids cannot be compressed easily when pressed, because the intermolecular space is very less, and the particles are already closely packed. Obviously that the particles are very closely packed, tightly packed, and the space between the particles is very less, so obviously they can't be compressed. Already they are very close, then how will they be compressed? Okay, if there's some space would be there, then only it would be possible to compress, and it would be possible to make the particles closure, but it is already closure, that's why it is incompressible. Okay, so solids cannot be compressed easily when pressed, because the intermolecular space is very less. Why? Because intermolecular space is very less and the particles are already packed. Now next characteristics of the solid. Due to a strong intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules, solids expand very little on heating. We know that on heating the matter expands a little bit, okay, and on cooling it contracts. But in the solids it expands, but very little. On heating it expands very little. Why? Because intermolecular force of attraction is very high, and it does not allow to move the particles. Okay, on heating, even on heating, okay, on heating also it does not allow the particles to move much and more. Okay, it moves a little bit. That's why on heating the solid expands, but very little. Now solids are hard and rigid, okay, and but can be beaten either into the sheets or into the powdered form. It is very hard and rigid, we know that, but it can be beaten into the sheets and powder form also. Like you can take the example of the chalk. Okay, it is the solid, but if you beat it, then it will be converted into the powder in the small particles. Okay, uh, and many of the solids can be converted into the sheets also. Like we can take the examples of any metal, like aluminium, brass, gold, silver. These things, these solids can be converted into the sheets. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the solids. Now we'll talk about liquids. What is liquid? If anybody asks, liquid is that form of matter. Okay, sorry, that form of matter, two times it has been tapped. That form of matter, and this is also incorrect. Second one is, okay, so it will be liquid is that form of matter in which the constituent molecules, it means particles, are not very closely packed. Okay, means the gap between the particles in the liquid a little bit, means a gap is a little bit greater or more than that of solids. Okay, so the gap in which the constituent particles are not closely packed. They are not closely packed, as these are closely packed in the solids, means there is a little bit more gap, okay, in between the particles of the liquid in the comparison of that of solids. Okay, it means the gap is more, it means the force of attraction is a little bit less than that of solid. Okay, in another way also we can say that the state of matter, okay, here you can see the state of matter which has no definite shape, the state of matter which has no definite shape but the definite volume, that is occupies the definite space, then that form of matter or that state of matter is known as liquid. As example we can say that water, we can take the example water. It has no definite shape, fixed shape it does not have, because if we will pour the water in whatever vessel, then it will take the shape of that vessel. If we will pour the water in the glass, it will take the shape of glass. If we will pour the water in the jug, then it will take the shape of jug. It means the liquid does not have the shape, fixed shape, but it has the fixed volume, definite volume. Okay, the whatever the quantity of the water is there in the jug, the same will be in if you are going to pour it in the another vessel. Suppose that 1 liter volume of water is there and it is in the jug right now, and if we will put it in a bucket, obviously the shape will change, it will take the shape of the bucket now, but it will be, the quantity will remain same, it will be 1 liter only. Okay, so volume is not going to change. It means the state of matter which has no definite shape but it has the definite volume, okay, then that state of matter will be called liquid. Okay, now characteristics of liquid. Liquid does not have is missing here, here will be have, okay, misprint, it is mistyped. So liquid does not have fixed shape, it takes the shape of the container or vessel in which it is poured or in which it is kept. Liquid has fixed volume, obviously, that is it occupies the definite space. Okay, it is means it will always occupy the definite space, it is not going to change, okay, vessel to vessel, no. Now the intermolecular force of attraction between the particles of liquid is, it will be is, okay, is lesser than that of solids, means the intermolecular force of attraction between the particles of liquid is weaker than that of solids, it is, the force is lesser, okay, than that of the solids. It means that if we will talk about that in which state of matter the force of attraction is greater in the solids or in liquids, obviously in solids. In liquids the force of attraction is a little bit less, okay, it is lesser than that of solids. Okay, why? Because the gap between the particles in liquid is more, okay, as much as the gap or space, it means intermolecular space will increase, the force of attraction will decrease. So in liquids the gap, the intermolecular distance or intermolecular space is more, that's why intermolecular force of attraction is less. If the distance will increase, the force will decrease. Intermolecular space in the liquids is more than in the solids, we have understood that. Since the intermolecular force of attraction in liquid is lesser than in the solids, the particles in the liquid can slide over one another. Okay, since the intermolecular force of attraction is less, it means it allows the particles of liquid to move from its place, and because of that movement it can slide over one another, the particles of the liquid slides over one another. Why? Because the intermolecular force of attraction is that much not as strong that that will help, okay, that it will bind it together tightly. Got it? Intermolecular force of attraction is less, that's why the particles move, and because of that movement the particles slide over one another, and because of that the liquids can flow. Okay, now like solids, liquids are almost incompressible. Okay, solids are incompressible because the space is negligible. Okay, very less in the solids. In the liquids also, space, intermolecular space is little bit more than that of solid, but not that much. Means it is not much and more. That's why it is also almost incompressible. It is compressible but very less. Okay, almost incompressible. Okay, as the particles in the liquid can move, it has less rigidity as compared to the solids. Obviously the particles can move, then obviously it has the less rigidity. Okay, the rigidity in the solids are greater. So I hope that you have understood. Now this much only. Whatever is left, few topics are left. We'll talk about now about the gases and few more things, okay, in the next session. So till that time, bye bye, have a nice day and stay healthy.